Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be all about contouring and highlighting. I'm going to be doing cream and powder contouring in this video just to kill two birds with one stone. The background is obviously different. I am in my children's room right now. I decided to switch it up a little bit, but if this is something that interests you or you have been curious about, just keep watching the video and hopefully I teach you something. Okay, as most of you probably already know, when you are highlighting, you are wanting to bring emphasis to the areas that you are highlighting, and then when you're contouring, you are wanting to take away emphasis. So you're wanting it to look slimmer, appear shadowed, etc. For the sake of this video, I don't typically do this, but I'm going to show you exactly where I highlight and exactly where I contour. So I'm gonna look crazy, I'm gonna look like one of those clowns, and then I'll go in and blend everything out, but I typically don't do that. I typically just do my contouring routine. And I only do cream contouring if I am going to like an event or something of the sort. I don't typically do it that often, but sometimes I will. To conceal and to highlight, I am just going to go in with the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. You always want to go in with something a couple shades lighter than your natural skin tone. That is just going to help brighten the area and draw emphasis towards it. So the areas that you want to bring emphasis towards are underneath your eyes, these areas right here, the bridge of your nose, the center of your forehead, the center of your chin. I like to bring emphasis to my Cupid's bow. That's kind of like a personal preference thing. After I'm done contouring, sometimes I will bring a little bit more emphasis to the areas of my cheeks where I didn't contour, just to kind of clean everything up. So I'm gonna go ahead and I have to get out my little palette first because I'm just using the viewfinder right now and it's gonna be a little tricky. I already do have foundation on, and this is something that you technically don't have to do. You don't have to put your foundation on. Highlighting and contouring will, conceal your face like a foundation would, if that is something you would like to do, but I personally think the more the merrier. So I'm just gonna bring this down the bridge of my nose. On the center of my forehead. And the center of my chin. And on my Cupid's bow. So you typically want to highlight the center of your face. For contouring, I'm going to go in with the KKW contouring sticks. You technically don't even have to use a stick or anything catered towards a contouring, like I don't know, contouring palettes or anything like that. You could just take a foundation shade that is a couple shades darker than your skin tone. I personally think it looks more natural if you use a cooler toned to your cream contour, but like I said, that's just my personal preference. These are pretty nice. They do come with the highlighting stick on this side. These are nice to like really clean up after I'm done contouring. This is the side that I will be using today. I'm gonna go in with the shade that I typically use, but for the sake of the video, I might go with the darker shade too, just so that you guys can see what I'm doing. Like I said earlier, to contour, that is, you're wanting to take away from your face. So you're wanting to make it look slimmer, not draw emphasis to it. I don't really know what the word would be for that. I look so crazy. So I have a naturally slim face as it is. This is going to be different for every face shape. The rule of thumb, typically, if you are wanting to make it look as if you have more prominent cheekbones, it is to start. Most people say just the hollows of your cheeks, but you actually want to start up a little bit higher, kind of where your ear, you can feel the bone where your ear starts, and you do not want to bring it down too far. If you're wanting to go for a more dramatic look, you would bring it down pretty far, but if you want something more natural, you will stop it about right here. I'll show you. So you want to stop it right about where your eye ends. And you do not want to bring it down too far. You want to make sure that you're getting it exactly where you want it, because if it's too far down, this will create the appearance of your cheeks looking saggy, and you don't want that. because I have a slimmer face, I like to kind of round out my contour. It gives it the appearance of I have a not completely sunken in face, because sometimes I can look a little scary. But like I said, it's going to be different for every face shape. Let me know if you want me to, I don't know, maybe do a contouring and highlighting video on a different face shape than mine, because I will definitely do that for you. You're also going to want to contour wherever the sun naturally hits your face, the perimeters, and you want to get on your jawline as well. If you do not do this, you will look unnatural, even though, I mean, I guess all of this is kind of natural. I like to go in and put it on the bottom of my lip right here. Once I get that part of it done, and I look absolutely insane, I will go back in with that highlighting stick and just touch up any areas that I may have messed up or I want more concealer or highlighting. Okay, to blend all of this out, I'm going to go in with this little dual-ended brush right here. They're synthetic brushes. They're like fiber brushes, so it's really going to help blend out the product without soaking it up. Hold on. So I'm going to go in with this side first and blend out that highlight. When it comes to highlighting and contouring, it's a little bit more precise than if you were bronzing, for example. So I'm kind of being careful as to where I am putting this, making sure I'm not going to drag it in the areas that I don't want it, where I don't want the emphasis. No, thank you. And then I'm going to go in with the other side of the brush and blend out that contour, making sure I'm not dragging it down this way. I'm going to be stippling it in, and if anything, I feel like I need to blend it out, I'm going to be pushing the product up. This is going to look crazy for a little while. I mean, it takes some actual blending. Okay, so as you can tell, that just added the contour effect and the highlighting effect. It looks like the sun actually hit my forehead, and it adds dimension back into your face. I'm now going to go in with the other KKW stick and clean up underneath where I put this contour. You can go in with the concealer that I use, but I'm going to go in with this side of the KKW stick, and I'm just going to run this right underneath where I have that contour to emphasize it and clean it up. I'm also going to go in with this side right here on the high points of my cheekbones. This is like a cream actual highlighter, like it has shimmer in it. but we will put a powder highlight over top of it later. And as noticeable, I'm going to take this side of it and slightly press the two together to diffuse that line. Okay, so now that we are done with the cream part of it, we are going to move on to the powder. The reason why I decided to do both of these in one video was because whether you are going to use actual powder and highlighting shades over top of your cream, you are going to want to set down your cream anyways. It will just slip and slide all over the place. So I'm just going to go in and put contouring shades over top and highlighting shades as well. The same rules apply. You're going to want to put it generally in the same areas as before. You are going to want to stick to a more cooler tone or a neutral tone rather than a bronzy or orangey shade, just because that looks not as natural. For my contouring shade, I am going to go in with the shade Princess Cut, which is this cooler toned shade, and I'm going to go in with a denser brush. It's more compact, which is what we want for contouring. It looks just like this. It's really small. It's like a little dome shape, and it fits perfectly in the hollows of your cheeks. You want to build the product up, so you want to go in light-handed, tap your brush in and tap it off, and you want to press exactly where you put the cream, so right in this general area. And I'm just going to do circular motions, making sure that the product is not being dragged down and that I am pulling it up. You also don't want to go too far this way because it will drag your face down and it will look a little bit more intense. You can do that if you are going for a more intense look, but I am not right now. So I'm just going to put it everywhere where I put the contour. You do not have to do the cream before you do this step. You can just do this specifically with powders, which is what I typically do for like an everyday thing. The cream underneath will allow the product to last longer, hence why I use it for events. I'm also going to run that underneath my jawline. And then for the highlighting shade, you are once again wanting to pick a shade. I'm fairly light complected anyway, so I do have trouble finding powders that actually enhance my eyes or where I've highlighted. MAC, I don't remember what it's called, but they have a powder and it's like literally a stark white, but you want to be very careful with that. If you do put that underneath your eyes, it's going to be pretty noticeable. I'm going to go in with this shade right here. It is called Enhance, and it is like a yellow powder which tends to brighten. So I'm going to put this everywhere where I have highlighted. So I'm going to put this underneath my eyes. I'm gonna mix the Enhance and the other shade together and run this underneath my contour to brighten and clean it up. When it comes to your nose and like the small finer details, it does take a little bit of practice to get it perfectly where you want it. What sometimes I just do if I'm in a hurry is just squeeze my brush and kind of just highlight where I want to without making it super precise, just because it can be like a little intense or harsh looking, but practice really just does make perfect with that. I'm gonna go back in with those contouring shades just to make sure everything is diffused together. Okay, so I just put a little bit of blush and some highlighting powder right where I put the cream highlight and some lipstick, but that is going to be it for this video. I know it was pretty quick and simple. I had a couple people ask me about doing this because they were confused as to where you're supposed to highlight and where you're supposed to contour, and I know it can look intimidating whenever you're putting all of that cream stuff on your face because you do look crazy, but once you blend everything out and you know where to put the shades, then it is fairly simple and it looks super pretty. I hope this video helps you guys in some kind of way. I'm hoping that the next video I do for the basics is all about eyeliner because eyeliner is tricky too. So that is going to be it for this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye. Dang it. It just rolled behind my kid's dresser.